Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Gary Shakespeare Company's production of Julius Caesar. Gary Shakespeare Company was founded in 2013 by a group of Shakespeare enthusiasts who believed in the shared dream of free Shakespeare. Thunderous applause. We seek to enrich the public spaces of Northwest Indiana with passionate, vivid performances that reflect and include our community. This production is made possible in part by a generous grant from the Indiana Arts Council. We would like to thank the IAC for their support of performing arts in Indiana. Thunderous applause. We would also like to recognize our partnership with Calumet College of St. Joseph, the Northwest Indiana Excellence in Theater Foundation, and the Gary Parks Department. If you haven't yet, please use your phone to scan our QR code at the box office table to access our website and this performance's program. Free Shakespeare is available to everyone only because of the generosity of those who choose to contribute. We are a 501c3 non-for-profit organization. All of our performers, board members, and technicians donate their time, talent, and sometimes a little bit of blood. Donations of any size are welcome and appreciated. To make a donation, you can go to www.shakesco.org and click Contribute. You can also contribute at this performance. During intermission, actors will be wandering through the crowd. Feel free to give them money or tell them to go away. We will also offer a variety of swag and concession items at the box office, including t-shirts, drawstring bags, pop sockets, water bottles with free water refills, and snacks. Also, ask how you can sponsor one of the Julius Caesar characters with our Buy a Part, Be a Part. Just being here, however, you are and giving us your kind attention and support, for that we are eternally grateful. So with that, thank you. Please enjoy Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare. An additional note, if you do use the restrooms in the front, the porta potties, we do have some hand sanitizer back here at the box office table.
I'm gonna let them get seated. Yeah. God. She does stuff at the Chicago Street Theater. That's Lisa Zandy.
Caesar was chosen consul for the 4th time and went into Spain to make war with the sons of Pompey. The greatest and final battle fought between them in this civil war was at Munda. Caesar slew 35,000 of Pompey's men and lost 1,000 of his own best soldiers. This was the last war that Caesar made, and on his return to Rome, the people named him Perpetual Dictator.
Get you home. Is this a holiday? What? Know you not? Being mechanical, you ought not walk upon a laboring day without the sign of your profession. Speak, what trade art thou?
Truly, sir, in respect of a fine workman, I am, as you would say, a cobbler.
But what trade art thou? Answer me directly.
A trade, sir, that I hope to use with a safe conscience, which indeed, sir, is a mender of bad souls.
What trade, thou knave, thou naughty knave? What trade?
Nay, I beseech you, be not out with me. But if you be out, sir, I can mend you.
Mend me? What meanst thou, thou saucy fellow?
Why cobble you, sir?
Thou art a cobbler, art thou?
Truly, sir, all that I live by is with the all. I meddle with no tradesmen's matters, nor women's matters, but with all I am indeed, sir, a surgeon to old shoes. When they are in great danger, I recover them. As proper men as ever tread upon neat's leather have gone upon my handiwork.
But wherefore art not in thy shop today? Why dost thou lead these men about the streets?
To wear out their shoes to get myself more work. But indeed, sir, we make holiday to see Caesar and rejoice in his triumph.
Caesar, 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 Caesar,
tributaries follow him to Rome to grace in captive bonds his chariot wheels. You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things. Oh, you hard hearts, you cruel men of Rome. Knew you not Pompey? Many a time and oft have you climbed up to walls and battlements, to towers and windows, yea, to chimney tops, your infants in your arms, and there have sat the live long day in patient expectation to see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome. And when his chariot did but appear, have you not made a universal shout, that Tiber trembled underneath her banks to hear the replication of your sounds made in her concave shores? And do you now put on your best attire? And do you now call out a holiday? And do you now strew flowers in his way that comes in triumph over Pompey's blood? Begone! Run to your houses! Fall upon your knees! Pray to the gods to intermit the plague that needs must light on this ingratitude!
Caesar!
Forget not in your speed, Antonius, to touch Calpurnia. For the elders say the barren touched in this holy chase. Take off their scaly coats.
I shall remember. When Caesar says do this, it is performed.
Set on, and leave no ceremony out.
Caesar!
Caesar! Caesar! Caesar! Caesar! Bid every noise be still. Peace yet again.
Who is that in the press that calls my name? I hear a tongue shriller than all the music cries Caesar. Speak. Caesar's turn to hear.
Beware the Ides of March.
What man is that?
A soothsayer bids you beware the Ides of March.
Bring him down here. Let me see his face.
Fellow, come from the throng. The soothsayer comes forward. Look upon Caesar.
What sayest thou to me? Speak once again.
Beware the Ides of March.
He's a dreamer. Let us leave. Pass.
Caesar! 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 Caesar!
Will you go see the order of the course?
Not I.
I pray you do.
I am not gamesome. I do lack some part of that quick spirit that is in Antony. Let me not hinder, Cassius, your desires. I'll leave you.
Brutus, I do observe you now and late. I have got from your eyes that gentleness and show of love as I was wont to do. You bear too stubborn and too strange a hand over your friend that loves you. Tell me, Brutus, can you see your face?
No, Cassius, for the eye sees not itself but by reflection.
I have heard it said where many of the best respect in Rome, except immortal Caesar, speaking of Brutus and groaning underneath his aegis yoke, have wished that noble Brutus had his eyes.
Into what dangers would you lead me, Cassius, that you would have me seek into myself for that which is not in me?
Therefore, good Brutus, be prepared to hear. And since you know you cannot see yourself so well as by reflection, I, your glass, will modestly discover to yourself that of yourself which you yet know not of. And be not jealous of me, gentle Brutus. Were I a common laugher and did use to stale with ordinary oaths my love to every new protester, if you know that I do fawn on men and hug them hard and after scandal them, and if you know that I profess myself in banqueting to all the rout. Then hold me dangerous.
Hail Caesar! Hail Caesar! Hail Caesar!
What means this shouting? I do fear the people choose Caesar for their king.
Aye, do you fear it? Then must I think you would not have it so.
I would not, Cassius, yet I love him well.
I cannot tell what you and other men think of this life, but for my single self I had as lief not be, as live to be in awe of such a thing as I myself. I was born free as Caesar, so were you. We both have fed as well, and we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. And now this man is become a god, and Cassius is a wretched creature, and must bend his body if Caesar carelessly but gnawed on him. He had a fever when he was in Spain, and when the fit was on him, I did mark how he did shake. 'Tis true, this god did shake. His coward lips did from their color fly, and his tongues that bade the Romans mark him, and set his speeches in their books. Alas, it cried, bring me some drink, Titinius, as a sick girl. You gods, it doth amaze me a man of such a feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world and bear the palm below.
Hail Caesar! Hail Caesar! Hail Caesar!
Another general shout. I do believe these applauses are for some new honors heaped on Caesar.
Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow world like a colossus, and we petty men must walk under his huge legs and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men at some time are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings. Brutus and Caesar. What should be in that Caesar? Why should his name be sounded more than yours? Write them together. Yours is as fair a name. Sound, then. It doth become the mouth as well. Weigh them. It is as heavy. Conjure with them. Brutus will start a spirit as soon as Caesar. Now in the names of all the gods at once, upon what need doth this our Caesar feed, that he is grown so great? Age, thou art shamed. When went there by an age since the great flood? When could they say that talked of Rome that her wide walks encompassed but one man?
Hail Caesar! Hail Caesar! Hail Caesar!
What you have said I will consider. What you have to say I will with patience hear, and find time both to meet and answer such high things. Till then, noble friend, chew upon this. Brutus had rather be a villager than repute himself a son of Rome, under these hard conditions as time is like to lay upon us.
I am glad that my weak words have struck but thus much show of fire from Brutus.
But look you, Cassius, the angry spot doth glow on Caesar's brow, and Calpurnius' cheeks are pale, and all the rest are like the chin in train. Cicero looks with such spirits and such fiery eyes as we have seen him in the Capitol, being crossed by some sinner.
Antonius,
Caesar!
let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men, and such as sleep at night. Young Cassius has a lean and hungry. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous.
Casca will tell us what the matter is.
Think not of him, Caesar. He is a noble Roman, and well given. He's not dangerous.
Would he were fatter, but I fear him not. If I was liable to fear, if my name was liable to fear, then I know the man I should avoid. So soon as that spirit passes, he reads much. He's a great observer, and he looks quite through the deeds of men. He loves no plays as thou dost. He hears no music. Such men as he be never at parties, and for that he is very dangerous. On my right, for this here is death. And tell me, sure, what do you
right, Casca. Tell us what has chanced today that Caesar looks so sad.
There was a crown offered him, and being offered him, he put it by with the back of his hand. Thus. And the people fell a shouting.
And what was the second noise for?
Why, for that too.
They shouted thrice. What was the third cry for?
Why, for that too.
Was the crown offered him thrice?
Aye, Mary was, and he put it by thrice, each time gentler than other. And at every putting by, mine honest neighbors shouted.
Who offered him the crown?
Why, Antony.
Tell us the manner of it, gentle Casca.
I can as well be hanged as tell the manner of it. It was mere foolery. I did not mark it. I saw Mark Antony offer him a crown, yet 'twas not a crown, neither 'twas one of these coronets. As I told you, he put it by once, but for all that, to my thinking, he would fain have had it. And they offered it to him again, he put it by again, but to my thinking, he was very loath to lay his fingers off of it. And they offered it to him the third time, he put it the third time by, and still as he refused it, the rabblemen hooted and clapped their chopped hands and threw up their sweaty nightcaps and uttered such a deal of stinking breath because Caesar refused the crown that it had almost choked Caesar. For he swooned and fell down at it.
But soft, I pray you. What did Caesar swoon?
He fell down in marketplace and foamed at mouth and was speechless.
'Tis very like he have the falling sickness.
No, he hath it not. But you and I and honest Casca, we have the falling sickness.
I know not what you mean by that. I'm certain Caesar fell down. When he perceived the common herd was glad and he refused the crown, he plucked me up his doublet and offered them his throat to cut. 3 or 4 wenches where I stood cried, "Alas, good soul!" and forgave him with all their heart. There was no heed to be taken of them. If Caesar would have stabbed their mothers, they would have done no less.
And after that he came thus sad away?
Aye.
Did Cicero say anything?
Aye, he spoke Greek.
To what effect?
Was Greek to me. I can tell you more news too. But tell us, the pulling scarves off Caesar's images is put to silence. Fare you well. There was more foolery yet. If I could remember. Very well.
Will you sup with me tonight, Casca?
No, I promised for it.
Will you dine with me tomorrow?
I be alive. My hope dinner.
Good. I will expect you.
Do so. Farewell, both.
I will do so. Till then, think of the world. And after this, let Caesar seat him sure, for we will shake him, or worse days endure.
Who is there?
A Roman.
Asius. What night is this? Never knew the heavens menaced so.
Those that have known the earth so full of faults. Now could I, Casca, name to thee a man most like this dreadful night. A man no greater than thyself or me in personal action, yet prodigious grown, and fearful as these strange eruptions are.
'Tis Caesar that you mean, is it not, Cassius?
Let it be who it is.
Indeed. They say the senators tomorrow mean to establish Caesar as a king, and he shall wear his crown by sea and land in every place save here in Italy.
I know where I will wear this dagger then. Cassius from bondage will deliver Cassius. If I know this, know all the world besides. That part of tyranny that I do bear, I can shake off at pleasure.
So can I. So every bondman in his hand bears the power to cancel his captivity.
And why should Caesar be a tyrant then? What trash is Rome? What rubbish and what awful, when it serves for the base matter to illuminate so vile a thing as Caesar? Oh, grief, where hast thou led me? I perhaps speak this before a willing.
Speak to Casca, to such a man that is no flaring telltale. Hold, my hand. Be factious for redress of all these griefs, and I shall set this farthest.
There's Archmaid. Now know you, Casca, I have moved already some certain of the noblest-minded Romans to undergo with me an enterprise of an honorable, dangerous consequence.
Well, stand close a while. Here comes one in haste. Somewhere. Where have I seen him? There.
'Tis Cinna. I do know him by his name. He is a friend. Cinna! Where haste you so?
Find out you. Who's that? Lieutenant Simper.
Oh, it is Casca, one incorporate to our attempts.
What a frightful night is this. There's 2 or 3 of us who have seen such strange sights.
Am I not stayed for? Tell me.
You are. Oh, but Cassie, if you could but win the noble Brutus to our party.
Be you content, good Cinna. Take this paper and look you lay it in the praetor's chair where Brutus may but find it. Throw this in at his window. Set this up with wax upon old Brutus' statue. All that done, repair to Pompey's porch where you shall find us.
I will obey, and bequeath these papers as you read.
That done, repair to Pompey's theater. Come, Casca. We shall yet ere day see Brutus at his house. 3 parts of him is ours already, and the man entire upon the next encounter yields him ours.
It must be his death. For my own part, I know no personal cause to spurn him. He would be crowned. How that might change his nature, there's the question. It is the brightness of day that brings forth the adder and craves weary walking.
The taper burneth in your closet, sir. Searching the window for a flint, I found this paper, thus sealed up, and I am sure it did not lie there when I went to bed.
Get you to bed again, it is not day. Oh. Is not tomorrow, boy, the Ides of March?
I know not, sir.
Brutus, thou sleepest. Awake and see thyself. Shall Rome stand under one man's awe? What, Rome? Speak, strike, redress. O Rome, if the redress will follow, thou receivest the full petition at the hand of Brutus. They are faction. Oh, conspiracy.
I think we are too bold upon your rest. Good morrow, Brutus. Do we trouble you?
I have been awake this hour, awake all night. Know I these men that come along with you?
Yes, every man of them. And no man here but honors you. And every one doth wish you had but that opinion of yourself which every noble Roman bears of you. This is Trebonius.
He is welcome hither.
This Decius Brutus.
He is welcome too.
This Casca. This Cinna. And this Metellus Cimber.
They are all welcome.
Shall I entreat a word?
Here lies the east, doth not the day break here?
Pardon, sir, but it doth. And those clouds that fret the gray lines are the messengers of the day.
You shall confess that you are both deceived. Here as I point my sword, the sun arises.
Give me your hands all over one by one.
And let us swear our resolution.
No, not an oath. What need we spur but our own cause to prick us to redress? And what other bond than secret Romans that have spoke the word and will not falter? And what other oath than honesty to honesty engage that this shall be, or we shall fall for it?
Shall no man else be touched but only Caesar?
Cassius, well urged. I think it is not meet that Mark Antony, so well beloved of Caesar, should outlive Caesar. We shall find of him a shrewd contriver, and you know his means, if he improve them, may well stretch so far as to annoy us all. Which to prevent, let Antony and Caesar fall together.
Our course would seem too bloody, Cassius. To cut off the head and then hack the limbs like wrath and death and envy afterwards, for Antony is but a limb of Caesar. Let's be sacrificers, not butchers. We all stand up against the spirit of Caesar, and in the spirit of men there is no blood. Oh, that we could come by Caesar's spirit and not dismember Caesar. But alas, he must bleed for it. And let's kill him boldly, not wrathfully, friends. Let's carve him as a dish fit for the gods, not hew him as a carcass fit for hounds. And for Antony, think not of him, for he can do no more than Caesar's arm when Caesar's head is cut off.
Yet I fear him for the engrafted love he bears to Caesar.
Cassius, do not think of him. If he loves Caesar, all he can do is to himself take thought and die for Caesar. Wherein much he should, for he is given to sport, to wildness, and much company.
But it is doubtful yet whether Caesar will come forth today or no, for he is superstitious grown of late. It may be these apparent prodigies, the unaccustomed terror of the night, and the persuasion of his augurers may hold him from the capital today.
Ah, yes, but never fear that. For if he be so resolved, I can oversway him. For he loves to hear that unicorns may be betrayed with trees, bears with glasses, elephants with holes, lions with toils, and men with flatterers. But when I tell him he hates flatterers, he says he does, being the most flattered. Let me work. I will bring him to the capital. I will give his humor the true bent.
The morning comes upon. Brutus, we will leave you. Friends, disperse yourselves, and all remember what you have said, and show yourselves true Romans. Brutus, my lord?
Portia, what mean for now you rise? It is not for your health thus to commit your weak condition to the raw, cold morning.
Nor for yours neither. Yvonne gently, Brutus, stole from my bed. And yesternight at supper, you suddenly arose and walked about, musing and sighing with your arms across. Make me acquainted with your cause of grief.
I am not in health, that is all.
Brutus is wise, and were he not in health, he would embrace the means to come by it.
Why, so do I. Good Portia. Go to bed.
Is Brutus sick? And is it physical to walk about and to suck up the humors of the day morning? What? Is Brutus sick? And will he steal from his wholesome bed to dare the vile contagion of the night and tempt the roomy and unpurged air to add unto his sickness? No. My Brutus, you have some sick offense of the mind, which by the right and virtue of my place I ought to know of. And upon my knees I charm you, by my once commended beauty, by all your vows of love, and that great vow that did incorporate and make us one, that you unfold to me yourself, your half. Why, you are heavy, and what men tonight have had resort to you. For here have been some 6 or 7 who did hide their faces even from the darkness.
Kneel not, gentle Portia.
I should not need if you were gentle, Brutus. Within the bond of marriage, tell me, Brutus, is it accepted that I should know no secrets that appertain to you? Am I yourself, but as it were, in sort or limitation? To keep with you at meals, to comfort your bed and talk with you sometimes. Dwell I in the Portia is Brutus's harlot, not his wife.
You are my true and honorable wife, more dear to me than the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart.
If this were true, then I should know this secret. I grant I am a woman, but a woman Lord Brutus took to wife. I grant I am a woman, but a woman well reputed, Cato's daughter. Think you I am no stronger than my sex, being so fathered and so husbanded? Tell me your counsels, I will not disclose them. I have made strong proof of my constancy, giving myself a voluntary wound here in the thigh. Can I bear that with patience and not my husband's secrets?
Oh, you gods, render me worthy of this, my honorable wife, and by partake the secrets of my heart.